da dee da boom, bum ba dee boom bum.
We're live.
You gotta give me a countdown.
I said give a second. I don't have a countdown. There's no numbers there.
Oh, you don't have a countdown. Okay.
I've said that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Live on Two Wheels, episode 23.
Mullet check.
Mullet check. Mullet is here. Still rocking the mullet, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not watching live, you should be. Look at those. Look at that glorious locks.
You got a lot of sheen to your hair.
Huh?
You got some healthy hairs.
I do, don't I? I didn't even notice that. Guys, welcome to Live on Two Wheels, your weekly motorcycle live show here on YouTube. And in today's video, we're talking about Ruroc. Yes, we will talk about Ruroc because we'll get into that. But in order to make this a super productive show, because we're not just going to sit here and like bitch about things for an hour because nobody wants to listen to that, we decided to use this opportunity once we get past the initial topic, handle what's got to get handled. Yeah. We want to parlay this into how this channel, we want to kind of like pull the curtain back and help people understand sponsorships and how this channel runs effectively, because it's, you know, been running it for like a decade now. I would call this a relatively successful channel. You know, I'm hiring guys. We're doing cool stuff. So I want to kind of show you guys and give you guys a kind of glimpse at how we run. And I think you guys might find it pretty interesting.
So yeah, this, and we've talked about this like several times in the past. There is what people who watch our videos see, and there's kind of this overarching. There's a large change in the way most YouTube channels have to make money,
right?
Just as a whole, not just in the motorcycle, but just like as a whole.
Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about today is going to be the same regardless of the type of YouTube channel you run. But guys, before we get into that, this is Live on Two Wheels. We are live here on YouTube. Shout out to all the people here watching us live. But if you're not able to catch us live, the videos do go up live on the Chase on Two Wheels YouTube channel, so you can watch them there. So if you want to get that mullet check, you got to check it out on YouTube. But we are also available in audio form only. Also. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. I'm going to work on getting it on the rest of them eventually. But you can listen to it in podcast form if you guys are riding around or, you know, doing some chores around the house. You can guys just listen to us if you want. Shout out to all you guys live with us right now. Yeah. Is our internet being weird today? Because
your internet is being weird today.
Okay, it's just mine. Cool, no big deal. So things you guys can do to help us out. If you're watching us live, hit that like button, guys. We really appreciate you guys hitting the like button. It's super helpful. Even if you're just watching this video after the fact, if you're just not watching it live, you can still hit that like button. It still helps out. If you're listening to us over on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a review. We love getting reviews from you guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been killing it. Every single week, we get more and more downloads. It's incredible. So we love doing the live show, and we love putting it out as a podcast. I think if you guys have watched other Live on Two Wheels episodes, you guys know we always start out with some housekeeping. We're not even going to get into the housekeeping much because we got a lot to talk about. Just know that we are one episode of filming away from releasing this really cool series. Yeah.
It's looking great, too.
It's a series that I've been wanting to do for about 6 years now. Luckily, I got Actually, we might talk a little bit about that series because it works out with the topic that we're talking about, this whole like how videos get created and stuff like that. So we might give you guys a little insight to it because we know what the series is going to be, we know how it's going to run, so we can tell you guys a little bit about that. Okay, so about why we're here, let's go ahead and for you guys, I didn't plan on making this video today or this live stream. I planned on doing another video kind of talking about some Suzuki stuff, and recently I was getting an influx of comments about Ruroc helmets, which is it kind of interestingly came about because we literally just finished the Atlas 3.0 review. Yeah. Bo got it rendered, and I think I got it uploaded like 2 minutes ago. It's not going to make it out this week. We didn't make it in time. We'll have the first ride come out tomorrow. but it will be up next week. So we've been working on this review the last few days, and I randomly see on random videos, like we made a video, I think it was the R7 as a good starter bike. Saw like 5 or 6 comments on that video all talking about a Ruroc helmet. So I rewatched that video, and I was like, we make so many videos, it kind of blurs together what I say in every video. So I thought I said something about a Ruroc helmet in there. I rewatched that video, and I never mentioned a Ruroc helmet. So I got a little confused, and I started looking into it. And
there's been a lot of so there's the obvious one, which we're not going to talk about, but there has been a lot of people posting videos with real reviews, and it is my fucking job to watch all those things to make sure that what we put out isn't like off the pulse. Like that's my job as editing videos, is to make sure like, hey, this is dumb. This won't work. We can't say that. Or can we say this or not?
Right.
So I have watched dozens and dozens of videos on the Ruroc helmets, 3.0 specifically. I have my own experience that is different from yours, that I don't have the capacity to be able to word in a way that doesn't injure your relationship.
Right.
It's not negative. My views aren't negative, but they are different than yours from experience.
Well, so
so watching all of those things, it's like, okay, there are some complaints that are subjective.
Okay, so
and objective.
And you've edited my review. Do I say in my review that the helmet is perfect and there are no problems with it?
You don't. And so here's the thing, though, that people have to understand is that you have to be a bit diplomatic in the way that you handle even negative. We've done this with many products.
We're going to get deeper into that, but yeah.
You have to in a way that doesn't damage your credibility.
It's also respectful to do that.
Yeah, it's also like just a decent human thing to go like, hey, this is not good. Now, if some company came by and like, hey, we're gonna offer you $5,000 to review this product, but don't say anything bad about it,
would not take it.
Right. So it's like you have to like, if they were to say $5,000, if you have criticism, give it to us in a constructive way.
Right.
So we can make improvements or address some of those issues. But if they just flat out were like, just say good things.
Yeah.
That's it. Or they gave you a script, which is like what Raid Shadow Legends does.
Yeah,
which is why we never touch those things.
So recently there has been more and more videos pop up. We'll be very diplomatic in this video. Criticizing Ruroc helmets. And as you guys know, I have been a proponent of Ruroc helmets for a while now, and I want people. So the thing that kind of gets to me a little bit are people that associate my representation or my entity, the Chase on Two Wheels people like me, with people that have negative views on a product. Very similar thing happened with Scully. I did a review of a 100%. Scully helmet, and
some people treated you like you worked for them.
I get that a lot. So I want to be very clear to people online. As a reviewer, which is part of what I do, it's actually a giant portion of what I do here on this channel is I review motorcycles, I review helmets, I review gear, I review a lot of stuff. My job as a reviewer is to give people my experience in a consumable way. Would you agree or disagree with that? Right? I am not here to tell you that you should buy this or should buy that. I'm here to tell you, hey, I have been using said product. I will show you clips of me using said product. And then you, as the consumer, can take that information and make a choice for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Ruroc helmets, not to lay it on the table, but I probably have spent more time in a Ruroc helmet than, let's just say, a large portion of people, right? I ride almost every day, and I ride for a job. So I ride to and from work, and then I ride all around work, right? I ride for work. So here is my Atlas 3.0. This is the one that I don't have set up to record with because all that stuff is heavy and I don't want to mess up the gear. This is what I ride to and from work every day in. Then I have my 3.0 liquid carbon.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do all my first rides with. This is what I have set up to do all my recording with. This is what we do all of the work in to make sure the audio is crisp, the video is as high quality as possible. Okay? If you guys are just listening, I'm just showing the helmets. So there are some things that can be updated with this helmet. There are ways it can be better.
Yeah, so like that's an important thing to. So we see a lot of people talking about the product, like the value of this product, and a lot of the products that we review. It's not just Ruroc; it's a lot of things we review. Mm-hmm. That's something that we talk about. Is like, is it worth the money?
That's up to each individual person.
It's up to each individual person to decide whether or not that they're willing to pay for that.
So
if you're asking like you whether or not this is a $600 helmet, you might be like, I don't think it's there yet. Like,
I don't even.
You know what I'm saying? Like as far as your money, like would you pay $600? You'd probably be like maybe $500, maybe $450, something like that, because it's not yet at that point. We both are in agreement that there are things there that are not at the premium level that need to be addressed.
I mean, I see that's the thing that frustrates me is I'm
going to say that with air quotes, the premium level. Like there are things that this is not. It's a weird. Somebody said it in the chat, and I think it's important to talk about that, which is that like this is beta test. You and I have had a conversation about this. That what we're doing now is investing in the company.
I've been saying that from the get-go.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a beta test, which is part of my problem that I have on a personal level, but not on a professional level. I think the helmet is great. I think the internals are the problem, and that is just a new company coming out with a helmet who hasn't touched that kind of certification, because they did snowboard helmets for a while, and you don't have to have that kind of certification. So it's like there are going to be growing pains. You are investing your money in hopes that they'll reach that level.
Yeah.
And the marketing teams and the PR teams and the product teams are totally independent from one another. They touch each other.
Yeah.
But like they're totally independent. What I'm invested in is the helmet and the potential for that to be like one of the top contenders in safety and style. Right. That's where I stand.
So I don't think a lot of people understand that how a company has to run, where the marketing team isn't like everybody in this company or any company has a central product that they work for. The marketing team has one job. The production team has, like, everybody has different jobs, and you're right. They're segmented. I will tell you guys right now, I think the best thing that Ruroc has for them is that they do PR really well. They make sure if you even think about Ruroc, you're going to see Ruroc. I think they have a phenomenal marketing team.
Okay, so I look at those two as separate entities, the PR and marketing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean PR. I meant marketing team.
Oh, no, that's no question. They have marketing down
I think, so I honestly
think there's a cognitive dissonance. There's a separation. There's too much of a separation, I think, between their marketing and the rest of them, because it's like their marketing's going full speed, and their PR and product team are going like, "Hey, could you pump the fucking brakes for a second?"
Their problem is they sell too many helmets. Yeah. So here's one thing I want to get out the gate that I think is, I don't care about the majority of the stuff people say.
Yeah.
I don't care about some of the memes that you see around.
Yeah.
Because I'm riding in this helmet every day. Right.
Yeah.
I want people to think about something. I am a very privileged person. I realize that I can ride in any helmet I want to. I've got a hookup at Revzilla, and if I shoot an email over tomorrow, next week, I can ride in any helmet I want. Right? Yeah. You know this.
Yeah.
We have this thing. Mm-hmm. It's one of the perks of the job. As somebody who has been riding for 10 years, do you think, for whatever we're not going to talk about like sponsorships and shit like that, like money. How much money do you think it would take for me to be like, hey, ride in something that if you wreck, you'll die? How much money would that be worth?
So like
it would be worth none.
Here's the thing: you've seen my gear collection. You
Yeah.
know what my gear closet at home looks like. All the gloves, jackets, helmets.
Right.
Like, I refuse to put my head in something that is not going to protect me. I don't give a shit what other people say about it. I rode in. I ride in Icons. I've ridden in.
Bro, we
Scorpions.
have a Bell Raystar Flex. Yeah. We have a Shoei X14. Yeah. I have an AVG helmet. They are all sitting up there. Yeah. They are less than 5 years old, and I could ride home and to work if I was one of these people.
Yeah.
I want to go down the road of Chase is this sponsored shill who doesn't care about people, right?
Yeah.
For one, I think you see that, but some fans know because they've been here long enough.
Yeah.
But these new people who have no fucking idea what they're talking about, they're like, oh man, you're just promoting this helmet. If I was doing that, what would I wear home?
It's a weird Ouroboros, like, because you're wearing it because you
I authentically like the helmet.
And you feel safe in it, which is why you are sponsored by them, which is why
Bo, so I'm wondering why I feel safe in a helmet. Maybe because could you tell me what ECE R22-05 like
so here's the thing, and this is we're gonna, I think this is a good point to stop talking about specifically Ruroc and go into other things. The bookend on this is talking about, like, we aren't wearing Ruroc because they're paying us. They're paying us.
If that was the case, I would wear a helmet on camera, I wouldn't wear it otherwise.
We're not wearing it because they pay us. They're paying us because we wear them. We are wearing helmets to keep us safe. Do you think I want to, like, leave my wife alone, or like having to take care of a vegetable because I don't put something on my head that'll save my life? Like, I look for safety ratings and the quality of the shell and the EPS, and those are on point. I've got plenty to say about what I think about Ruroc. All of the comments that are saying all sorts of bullshit that I see all over the internet, all the videos, like, at the end of the day, Snell doesn't mean shit. ECE and DOT are equal, just from opposite ends. They're the actual rating of which every DOT helmet, every ECE helmet is DOT rated. ECE is higher for like impact. I think it's like 80 kilograms or something like that. It's something like marginal.
Right.
But they all are going to save your life.
I do want to be clear. If the Ruroc Atlas 3.0 was not ECE certified, I would not wear it. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Like, money does not matter when it comes to the safety of my life. I'm not going to leave, like you said, I'm not going to leave my wife alone in debt, or alone because I die.
Just wait until if we make that video about that one helmet, and you'll find out how we feel.
Oh, my God.
You
okay, so
so, like, it's important to understand that if you hear us talk about any product whatsoever, it is either because we use it, we know it's not a scam, we've looked into it, or it's something that's cool that it could. We don't just shill. It's not. You're never gonna see a Raid Shadow Legends ad on our fucking channel because we don't believe in the product.
Let's wrap up the Ruroc stuff, and then we can get into the rest of the sponsorship stuff. I want you guys to realize, if it's not apparent already, the most valuable asset I have as a content creator is my reputation.
Yeah.
If I put my reputation behind something that I didn't believe in, I would be dishonest to myself, and that would come across to everybody.
How many sponsors have you turned down because of that? Like, if you had to put a number, like a guess,
money-wise, or just numbers-wise?
Like a numbers-wise, like in the last 5 years. Because I know a couple of people who are like sponsors or sponsored videos or sponsors.
I've probably turned down about 100 to 150 sponsors.
Yeah. Well, because so we bookended that. We talked about Ruroc. We like it. Our experiences, me and Chase.
Also, dude, I'm not saying that they're. For one, hold on. Yeah. I don't work at Ruroc. I don't work there. I can't help you guys. If your package is inconsistent than what you expected, I can't do anything about that, guys. I can only give you guys my experiences that I've had. I've had 2 Atlas 3.0s, and I ride in them all the time. Like, I give you guys my experiences, and we'll give you more of that when the review comes out. At the end of the day, I would not ride in something that I thought was unsafe.
Of course.
I don't know. I don't know how thick someone could be to think that money could matter when it comes to a life or death piece of gear.
Yeah.
Like, you guys see me riding first rides in a Ruroc. Like, what? How dumb would I have to be? I'm not smart, but like, I'm not that dumb.
I'm just gonna book in this so that we can stop having like super awesome experts in there. I've got the certifications up real quick, and this is the last thing I want to say about the helmet because I want to talk about the other stuff. I think it's important. The difference of failure underweight for ECE compared to DOT. Weight is applied to the retention system. It's like 300 pounds of force for 120 seconds for DOT. It's 670 for ECE.
Okay.
Does not give, that's chin strap failure, does not give over a certain time.
Okay.
Be dragging your head. 150 pounds for deformation under the helmet. Both ECE and Snell are rated for absorption, not reflection.
Okay.
Snell is rated for reflection, though some of the more modern Snells will have some absorption. They are similar enough at that level of numbers, like at those numbers, there is marginal differences between ECE and DOT, and most helmets, unless you're buying a sub $100 helmet, are gonna have both because that company wants to sell it in both Europe and America. So they're going to get both of them. So chances are, if you see an ECE sticker, you're going to see a DOT sticker. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff, like when us as a content creators, and this is what we do, like we want to be able to explain our position on why we are okay selling you a fucking helmet.
Right.
Like, we are saying, like, yes, we'd like you, if you like this helmet and you like the way it looks, and you like
here's all the information, here's our experiences, do whatever you want with it.
You're gonna be safe.
Yeah.
You decide whether or not it's the money that you spend, which is kind of how we deal with almost every single sponsor that I've been a part of in the 2 years here. So that gets me to what I really want to talk about, because I thought it was very interesting to.
Well, so real quick before to bookend this, because I know there's a lot of comments about Snell and shit like that. My whole thought process is Snell is a certification that racetracks have adopted, that they want to push that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
If you need a helmet that's Snell rated, I don't know how thick your skull is, but this is not Snell rated, so this is not the helmet for you, and that's okay.
That's
not
a Scorpion R2000 or
there
whatever.
There are so many Snell rated helmets. I don't. There's this thing. I'm not going to get into the mentality, but there is this mentality that if it's not Snell, it's not safe, and that is the most. It doesn't make sense.
It's
guys.
frustrating. You can understand why we're frustrated, because like this happens a lot. And again, to actually end the conversation, because I am done with it. It's one of those things where we personally have to field questions as if we work there.
Right.
And this is something that we get comments like this a lot about a lot of the things we use. We got comments on the GPS unit about we got comments on
we get comments on anything we review, and that's normal.
The smart helmet.
But my problem,
you know what I mean?
The only issue I have with this is when these comments go outside of the videos and they muddy the water. Because when we make videos about topics, I'm making videos to have conversations.
Pump the brakes then, because I come at this as a consumer of YouTube. That's where I'm probably the only one in this shop that consumes YouTube on the level that I do. Like an actual consumer level.
Right. Yeah.
And I do understand where it comes from. And then, like, if all you're seeing is people who are sponsored riders talk about a thing, or if, the only people you're seeing having good reviews of a fucking, GPS or a Bluetooth is the people that are...
I totally get that.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you go over to some, Joe Schmo who posted a video, and said like, well, I didn't have I had this issue. I had this issue. Do you remember my issues with? We were sponsored by Senna.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
Yes.
So if I had gone out and made a video about that, my one experience with a Senna that I got in replacement for one that worked.
Actually, yours was a few of them, but yeah.
All right. Well, no, we had a
we
couple
won't
of
get
issues.
into it. Yeah.
But like, I see where they're coming from. I understand that, but like, I have to look at it like, does that information fit the narrative that I wanted to hear?
Mm-hmm.
Which is, these guys are shills. I see it all the time because like I watch a lot of blacksmiths and I watch a lot of machinists and stuff online, and like those guys have to pay bills too, so they do sponsored videos. That's the only way people can make money on YouTube now.
It's one of the good ways.
If you're
you can't say the word only.
Well, it's not only, but like broad brush.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for sponsors, 90% of YouTube would not be making videos right now.
100%. And
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're
how much of the percentage of our income as a company comes from just views?
Fluctuates obviously, but between 20 and 30.
That's not a lot.
No.
Especially when you've got a team of 4 people. So like when I see those sorry, I'm full of barbecue. I'm trying to pass it off to the side, but we did like a bad thing before we get started and ate a bunch of barbecue. But like, so like I look at those guys and I think, okay, they said they really like this thing. I'm gonna go. Oh wait, and then the algorithm kicks in, and one homeboy had something bad to say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. Like, products are not perfect.
Right.
It's
so how do you deal with? I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but have we ever had a product in house, done a review on it, and then found it to be, I don't know, just straight up bad or dangerous?
Yes. Before we get to that, I do realize that a ton of people are here for the Ruroc drama shit.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell you guys, if you're here for the Ruroc drama shit, you can leave now. It's done. I think it's a safe helmet. I ride in it every day.
You can see how frustrated we're getting, and we don't want to be frustrated about it. We want to showcase the products that we...
Should we show the video?
No. What you don't even know, guys, is that his notes I renamed to Chase's Salty Saltiness. That's what I renamed his... We were so salty about it. But, like, we're adults, and we dealt with it, and we're like, okay, we gotta, like...
I'll go ahead and tell you guys, I don't give a shit how salty I ever am. I'm never gonna make a YouTube video.
Stop touching your.
Sorry.
Mic.
I want to touch it. Are
you gonna show it?
Yeah, I've got it on my screen.
All right. This is hilarious.
Luke sent me this earlier today. He was like, "This was you when you left the shop yesterday." Are you on my screen?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's no sound. There's no sound. You dingus.
How is there no? Oh, I know why there's no sound. Hold on.
Because you're not plugged in.
No, I'm plugged in, but I didn't change it to the external.
Goober.
Oh, wait, it is external headphones. That's what we unplugged the other day.
You're a genius. All right, I'm going to turn that off your screen. Anyway, he's just talking about all the salt.
Yeah, it's literally a dude in a salt cave.
We were salty because, like, and again, there have been plenty of products in this building that I have my own personal opinion about,
right,
that is different from other people's.
Okay, so Ruroc drama's gone. Yeah. We're not talking about who. Sorry, I've got to put it down. I got to put it down. We're not going to talk anymore about that.
Yeah.
I authentically like the helmet.
Yeah.
So much so that I wear it off camera.
Yeah.
If I was a shill, I would not wear it off camera. I would wear one of these other helmets that I have. You guys are going to have to wait for the review. It'll come out next week. Okay. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. So, moving on.
What I want to do then, Chase, is I would like to ask you a set of questions.
So let's give people the direction that we're going now.
Yeah.
Because right now it's been like, Ruroc this and Ruroc that.
Yeah.
We're going to move forward, and we're going to discuss the more broader topic of how does a channel run productively? Because, like we've said, I am a sponsored rider from Ruroc. I am one of the people that they use to promote their products.
So we have what? Progressive. We have Cardo. We have Ruroc.
We have Simply Safe. We have a lot of companies that come back over and over again to get ads.
Yeah.
There are different ways we do things, and we're going to spend the rest of this beautiful 30 minutes with you guys talking about the ins and outs and how we handle that stuff, because like Bo says, there is a way of doing that. Yeah. If you want to do this professionally, there is a certain way you have to do that, and I don't think a lot of you guys understand that, so I would love to explain that for you guys. Yeah. And this is the way we run this.
I think it's interesting because, like, having been on both sides of this fence, I have been a content consumer, and now getting like a little peek behind the curtain, working here and working with some of our sponsors.
Right.
It's like I can see I see both sides of that street pretty clearly. And it's fascinating.
It'll
fascinating
be interesting
to
for
see.
you to ask it from your perspective.
Yeah,
so I
100%.
think that'll be a good way.
So let's start it off with, like, in the world of sponsorship, if you had to break it down into like a couple of types, like a couple of the types of offers. Like, I'm a company, I'm going to send you a sponsorship agreement.
Yes.
What kind of forms do you most commonly see? Like, is it like
there's three main ones.
Okay.
There's, I want my product to be on a video, period. I'll give you the product for free.
Okay.
There's there's two versions of that. Either they'll give us the product for free or they will pay for us to do a full review on it.
Okay.
Right? So it's either money and product or just product.
Okay.
I say that in the videos. Very rarely do we get paid to do a review. Right?
Okay.
It's typically they're going to send a product out. We're going to make a video on it.
So is that a common one, though? Like, if I am
that
person,
I turn more of those down than by far.
Those are the ones where they're like really strict about what gets said and shit like that. If they're paying for
totally dependent.
Okay.
So after that, it's ad deals. Somebody wants a 30-second ad inside of a video. For us, that always exists on First Rides. Yeah. We have a little slot made, so if we get Simply Safe ads. Yeah. We do Simply Safe ads every now and then whenever they come around, and we put those in a First Ride. We go out, we film our little ad, we do the little read that they need to read, we get paid, they get an ad.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty simple. Then we have what is only a very few amount. If we believe in a product enough and we are homogenous with what that product and that company is pushing,
well, like Tonnit,
we will bring them on. Yeah.
Like Tonnit. Tonnit was a good
Tonnit wanted to connect people up.
Yeah.
We brought Tonnit on to do some ads, and we really got close with that company.
Yeah.
We have that with Cardo. Cardo is the Bluetooth communicator. If you guys ever see these little things on the side of our helmets, those are all Cardos. And we brought Cardo on because we used their product. We liked their product a lot. And we were
liked it so much that we were like, we did this.
Yeah. Yeah. We absolutely, not touching it. We really enjoyed the Cardo product. And if I bring a product on that tight with my company, because I know if we bring a company on like that, we're going to be like this. When, if somebody sees the product, they're going to think of us, or they're going to think in the other way around. So those are the three-ish ways that companies we can link up with a company to do ad stuff.
So let me ask you about that then, because, we used to have a sponsorship deal with Senna. Mm-hmm. So how does that work then? Like,
we never had a sponsorship deal with Senna.
You never? I thought we had a sponsorship with them.
We did a couple one-off videos.
Oh, that's and then it was the Adventure Series.
Yeah, so those are the way you have to look at those is that was Senna was supporting a series, but that's kind of that's a middle. It's a different way of doing that middle ad. A company's like, hey, we want to support this series to happen, promote this product during that series. Something that is extremely important as far as that first group we were talking about is reviews, basically. It's, hey, we have a product. We want you to test it out. I could show you hundreds of emails. I don't give a single fuck what the product is. I don't care how much it costs. None of that matters to me. The first email I send back to any company is, I would love to do a review. Like, not every company, but if the product is good and I think our guys are going to be interested. Helmet? If I think that their product would be interesting to our demographic, my first email is like, cool, we would love to do your product. Send it out, and we'll do our review on it. I tell companies that if you have a problem with me being honest about your product, you do not need to send it to me because I have an obligation to the people that follow me. That is why they follow me. It is how they it's I wouldn't take a product on if I can't be honest about it. And I'll tell you this. We've done reviews where I got a product in and it was so bad that I emailed the company and be like, "Hey, we tested your product out and it does not meet the standards that I expect."
That was recent.
So what I do as a professional is I reach out to that company and I say, "Hey," I send them that email. I was like, "I'm not going to film this video," because obviously, you guys we don't just do, if we do a review, if something says a review, I've been writing in that thing for at least 2 weeks.
So question about that, because I don't want to get it to steer in a specific direction, but when it comes to, have you ever gotten them, if you come back at a sponsor and say like, "Hey, this is not good and we're not going to say it's good"?
Yeah.
Do they ever come back and be like, "Well, we're
make the video anyway"?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I have never.
You've never had that happen?
No, because I'm honest, dude.
So I have a buddy who does D&D videos and stuff like that.
Right.
And he had a sponsor, and I know it has happened before because I've heard people talk about it, where a company be like, "No, you read this. You're reading this script
for a review."
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
It's not a review.
Yeah, it's 100%.
That's an ad read.
Raid Shadow Legends does it. Every time you hear a video, it's a read. And they will tell you that you can say a few things outside of there. Because I got a buddy that used to make knives and make videos, and he got a sponsorship from him. He did one video, and he said, "Fuck them," because you have to read their little sheet.
Yeah.
So you've never gotten one of those where they have to say you have to do a read, and that's it. You can't go off that script.
I've got ad reads before where they have a specific script, but they always say in the script that you have to give your tell how your experience was. Simply Safe is like that. If you watch a Simply Safe ad, they have a script that you read, and then you're supposed to add in your extra stuff based on your opinions of how you use the product. I personally really like Simply Safe. I have it at my house. We have it here at the shop. I'm very happy with the service. So that's why we even take the company on. Had I taken Simply Safe we'll use Simply Safe as an example. If I'd have taken that company on as an ad read and I would have got the product in and it was terrible, I would have been like, you signed the contract before you even get the thing. So I would do the ad read. I wouldn't bring them on anymore.
Yeah.
I would be like, I don't want to push that. Do you know how much money I have had to say no to if it's a product that is obviously a piece of shit, or something I personally don't promote is like nicotine products, because I have asthma and I'm not going to promote something that, and everybody in the shop smokes. So it's like, this would be an easy read, and they pay really well. Oh my God, I fucking can't.
I'll blow it that way.
Okay. So as far as me personally, if I'm going to take an ad read on, I do think, or any type of sponsor, our end consumer, our followers are the first people that I think about. And is this going to be valuable to them? Obviously, I want to run I want to run a successful company. I want to bring on cool, companies and shit like that. But I'm not going to do that if I feel like it's going to be a bad product for the people that are watching our stuff. If these people didn't watch our stuff and they didn't believe in the stuff we did, then they wouldn't watch, and then we would no longer get to do what we do. If you guys see us do a review of a product, just know that as a professional, I am never going to do a review of something and trash the entire product and make that entire video. I have far too much respect for companies. Even if the product's not good, the company still had to work to there, and it doesn't benefit me to trash a product. I've got plenty of really good products to review.
So then you play the game of diplomacy of saying how to say, because I don't think you've ever told anybody go buy this.
That's not my job.
Yeah. It's here's the information. Here's how much it costs. If you want to pick it up, there's a link.
Think about first rise.
You know what? I never really thought about that, because when I edit videos, dude, I get in that tunnel vision because I got 3 or 4 things going on at the same time.
Right.
So I'm basically just blocking it out when I get to a certain point, and I'm just going on pure muscle memory. But I don't. That's a good point, because there have been some videos of creators that I've seen out there in the just general YouTube space that they recommend a product or something like that, and
recommending's different.
Well, so you have to play there's a fine line. You have to play a game of of how to say like, hey, do your own research. This is the information.
I fully realize
God,
that
guys, I'm sorry to keep burping, man. Fuck. Wait, I gotta unbuckle the belt, dude.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
All right, we're not ordering barbecue anytime before a
God.
live show.
It was way too close to the time we started. So so when we take on a sponsor and there's no obligation there for us to move units. They're literally paying for an ad, like a billboard outside, basically.
100%. Yeah.
So you as a content creator, because you would have, I only have like a little peek into this side of things, but like, do you ever? I mean, like, it's hard to ask the question because all the stuff that we've done, we either use or we no longer talk to those people. So like that's the two flip sides of the coin. Like,
the diplomatic side is if we didn't like a product, it will not appear on the channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it gets on the channel, that means that it's at least good enough for me to feel like I can put it in front of people's faces.
Yeah. Well, it's like the 360, but we love this thing. Yeah, I am struggling with the barbecue. Sorry. The 360 is a perfect example of that. Like we both, me probably the most in this building, love the Insta360 line of cameras, and I took that 1R home, and I was like, "That's it. That's gonna be my main cam."
Yep.
And I brought it back a week later.
Yeah.
Because even though it's a great camera, their workflow
it has drawbacks.
It has huge drawbacks, and I went back and watched that, and we do say that in the video. So it's like, yes, we are like this camera right here that Chase. You'll have to find out what he did to it.
It is not. It is mostly not my fault that camera died.
It's all your fault. Is a fantastic camera. I would personally recommend it, but I would also recommend it as, and with the caveat of like it's going to be a ball ache to get it to work with any editor that you may use on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So like it's important for us if you make videos, which I know a lot of people in our like Discord. We got a lot of people that make videos.
We do have
and
a lot
stuff,
of people that do just,
and a lot of them are smaller channels. So this kind of information
Right.
could be helpful. Is like, where do you draw the line in what you're accepting and how you as a person, you personally, I know, you use the things. You still have the Innov camera on your MT10 right now.
You're right. So I think this kind of goes to just the general type of person you are. I think you would agree. As a third person, I look at myself as a relatively positive person. You can disagree or agree based on knowing me for the period of time that you've known me. So when I make videos about products, I want that to be synonymous with the type of person I want to portray myself as. I think positivity is an extremely important thing. And I don't find anything to gain in making a review or making a video about something, just trashing something. Like,
so in that situation, do you just go, I'm not going to do this
absolutely.
Video? Okay.
And that has happened countless times throughout my time.
Talk to me as if I am a new YouTuber coming into this sphere, and I have got, I mean, like, it's just from working here, my Instagram is getting littered with people reaching out to me personally because of my affiliation with you. And so, like, if I'm a new content creator or a smaller content creator, and I see, like, I've got like 100 emails, right?
Right.
How do I approach that with that? Like, is this something you've always had? You from the word go, you were working at Cartoon Network, you know, and you started making videos. Was that something that you planned ahead of time, or is this something that you just kind of like?
No, so
naturally fell into that. How do I, as a new content creator or young content creator, attack this kind of like interaction?
Well, so it's totally your decision because
it is becoming a more broad thing to
well,
to
so
be happening.
the market is totally different now from when I started. So I watched this kind of thing grow, and if you go back, Heather, my wife, will remember this. There was a period of time where I made reviews. I started getting hardcore into these little action camera, like Chinese action camera reviews. I think one of them was called like a Firefly. And you can ask Heather, like, dude, I was reviewing one every other week because the videos were performing well. And I'll go ahead and tell you, you guys know, you guys are online. Negative stuff gets a lot of attention. It is it is astronomically harder to gain traction on positive news as compared to negative news. If you want to get on and trash things,
Got 15 minutes. Just wanted to say that there.
God, that's always a
Yeah, if you wanted to get on there and trash things, that's not something that you could.
It's a very easy way to do it.
You're going to be churning through. It's going to be one of those things where you're accepting literally anything
exactly.
that comes across.
But here I want you to go with me down this mental path. Let's just say you do a few really negative reviews, Bo. Let's just say you're getting all these requests on Instagram. You make a couple videos, and those videos blow up. Okay, so you're shitting on these companies that have a less than phenomenal product, right? So what do you think is going to happen? You need to think of all the content you make as your portfolio. When a company that has an actual good product looks at your videos and they see you trashing other products, what do you think is going to happen? Because these companies, Ruroc, Shoei, whoever the hell you want to call, like whatever companies, it doesn't matter. They're going to look at the past videos you've made as your portfolio of what type of videos do they make. So if you have all these trashing videos, they're going to be like, why am I going to give my product to this person?
All right. So then it comes down to constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Right. So like
it's so important.
Yeah. So like as a new content creator, I think it's important because looking at the way I am fucking nobody on Instagram, I'm nobody on YouTube. I have a company. My company gets paid by you to edit videos for your channel.
Yes.
Like, I get constant emails and Instagram DMs from these people. So, like, it's obvious that the market has shifted for content creation.
Right.
And I, as a person who worked for a giant corporation for many years,
right.
I've seen what marketing costs. I've seen what they do. It's so much cheaper for them to reach out to content creators.
Yeah.
To run a 30-day radio ad nationally, you're talking about $1.5 million.
Right.
Easy.
The amount of money
for the kind of company we were a company that owned a bunch of other companies,
massive,
right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about $1.5 million, where they can set aside a budget of $500,000 and get it in the hands of lots of people. It is up for those people to decide whether or not they're going to do it. But like, as a content creator, it's important to know that when you see these things, you're gonna get a lot of messages.
Right.
You're gonna get a lot of messages from really shady shit too.
Absolutely.
Like, it's gonna happen.
Well, that's your job. You're the mediator between like what companies are you taking on, and something to talk about ad spots, because I don't watch a ton of YouTube at this point just because I don't have the time. But like when I do, I mean, trust me, guys, I don't love sitting through ads. But when a content creator that I'm watching, it does an ad, I know as a content creator that that ad is going to do so much for that person specifically, so that they can continue making the cool content that I clearly want to watch. I'm going to sit through that, and if the product matters at all, or I need that product, I'll use the person's link, because I benefit from this as a content creator, but like I also know what type of money you can make with an ad spot as compared to views. Like it's astronomically different. So like I have to at least appreciate when other people are doing ad spots, because it's like, you know what, dude? Get your hustle. I will gladly sit through this 30-second thing. If you get the right ad, bro, ads will dominate how much a company brings in from the YouTube side compared to Google views or whatever. You know, it's ridiculous how much better they are.
So then let's turn this into a teaching like a teaching moment then for those kind of people that are getting that kind of stuff. Like, how do you start that conversation with a company? Like, how would you tell somebody, be like, look, don't ever take this kind of route? What are the no-nos that you would say that are a good way to get yourself into trouble early on?
The easiest way to do it is, I mean, the only real rule I have is, if I'm going to take an ad on, like I was saying earlier, don't think about the monetary amount.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, nicotine companies got cash.
Dude, those Raid Shadow Legends people throw the mobile games. They throw money around.
I don't play mobile games.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing, though. If you play Raid Shadow Legends, I really should have signed up for a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship and put them on this video.
Never.
No, yeah. If you play that game, let's just say you're a Twitch streamer and you play Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
Take that money, baby.
Yeah.
Like, if you play it and you enjoy it, make that money.
Yeah.
I have seen that game and I have no interest. I got an email 2 days ago for Raid Shadow Legends. I don't play it. I'm not interested. I don't think these guys are.
We're what you call real gamers.
Dude, I get very little gaming going on, but it's totally dependent. Here's the thing you need to know as a content creator.
Flip side for that, real quick.
Hold on. If you do something and enjoy something, you can take that ad. If you don't believe in that product or think that it's valuable for the people that are watching you,
caveat.
Mm-hmm.
Caveat, because that you don't have. I will say, listening to that, I'm going to dissect this and kind of give my opinion on what I think.
You have 9 minutes. Go.
Yeah. All right. You have to decide what kind of business you're going to run. Are you
100%.
Are you going to run the kind of business where the product is you, like you're the commodity, where your integrity and that is what matters?
Right.
Or are you running basically an ad firm? Are you just getting to do the things that you enjoy on the side and using this as a platform to make money? Which is like, look, like no shade whatsoever. Like,
right.
There's plenty of people out there on the internet that's what they do. They just they're ad funnels, and that they take that money. And
so you bring up a really good point, and that's probably why the way I take on sponsors is so anchored in personal feeling about it.
Okay, so that makes sense. So that's not to say the other's bad. Like,
no,
right?
I'm saying, but because everything I'm saying is based on me and the way I run my business.
Okay.
If I didn't run my business, we don't make videos that I'm not in.
Yeah.
Right. The channel is Chase Ontwowheels.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chase. So if I'm not on 2 wheels, it's probably not a video. Right. So in that situation, I have to screen ads, sponsorships, products through me first, then for them.
So
then we can deal with like, is it worth the money? Is the money right? Like all that bullshit. If you don't run a channel like that, it ain't got shit to do with you. By all means, do it totally differently.
So I think
we can only give our opinions.
Okay,
like
that's
everything
perfect.
else.
That's perfect, because then that is the biggest thing that I would think that I would say to them is like, decide what are you trying to get out of it?
Yeah.
Because I got a buddy, the same guy, does the D&D stuff.
Yeah.
Like he takes sponsorships just so that he can enjoy doing what he does. Like, he doesn't give, you know what I mean? Like,
I get that.
So like, that's his business model. Like, I do this, I get some money, I get to go play games.
I mean,
got another buddy that does the D&D podcast. He only accepts, he has a regular job and he only accepts sponsors from people that he uses.
Yeah, so that's
like, those are
totally
two sides
personal
of the,
thing.
On the, So you would have to decide whether or not,
if money means more to
go on 2
you
wheels.
than I don't want to say the value of your audience, right? Because that's it's not necessarily like that, but money for me is not worth shilling things to people that I don't know or care about or think they'll care about. I actually put things through that before I send it to these guys.
Okay, so like,
but that's a personal opinion, like,
right? And that's not to say that the other is bad. It's just not the way that you operate. So I think a pin on that is decide where your values are
as a company or as your channel company,
right?
Or whatever.
I mean, that actually, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like going through the catalog of my weird recommended page is like that. I can now break things up into 2 categories visually. I can go, okay, I know, boom, that type of content is just like, this guy's doing this for fun. The ad spot is just, it's a necessary evil for him to get the money to be able to do what he enjoys.
Yeah. Well, you as a content consumer get to see that and be like, you know what? I'm gonna sit through this 30 seconds because I want to see this content.
Like, I don't give a shit about
see
that
more
thing,
about it. Even
but
if,
like,
So if you're watching a First Ride and you see a Simply Safe ad and you don't need home security, that ad ain't for you. Yeah. But like, it's there so that you can continue getting that content,
as opposed to the flip side of that, which is somebody like, an artist, just randomly, an artist works with like metal, like advertising for something that has something to do with working with metal. Like that would make like I'd be able to like visually and whatnot go, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
He's using those like he may be using them because they fucking paid him to use it, but
Yeah.
I mean that's a decision you have to make as a viewer.
Right.
So like as a content creator, then like I mean it's not I don't think integrity is a good word for it, because it's like you can't use yourself as a barometer for everybody's moral center,
Right.
but it is one of those things where you have to like it's a person by person, as long as you're not doing something that negatively affects another human being, and by that I don't mean like offending them or hurting their feelings or saying a thing that isn't in line with what they're saying. I mean like you're not selling them a product that's going to injure or kill them. Right?
Sorry, as you were saying that, I was like negatively. When you said like hurt their feelings, I started thinking of that Salt video.
Yeah, 100%.
Couldn't help it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, like I said, I don't think integrity is a good word for it, but it is something that you have to decide. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of information that I have gleaned from just the interactions I've had with sponsors reaching out and what kind of skeevy bullshit that I've gotten in my emails and my DMs.
Bro, it gets bad.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude. So like, how do I navigate that? Right? Like, is there a way that I like don't even look at those fucking emails? Like, how do you filter that?
So, I mean,
Because after a while, there's been so much that I have fucking ignored.
yeah, a lot. Like honestly, like even on my end, 90% is you get to the point where if you look at each email, you know if you can delete it in the first 3 seconds.
Okay.
So you're gonna at your spot, you're probably gonna delete 99% of the stuff you get.
Yeah.
But to know what you do and don't delete, you have to read each one of those, because I'll tell you, some emails are gonna come in and look sketchy. You need to at least look into you have to do your own due diligence, and if it looks like, oh, this ain't too bad, you can actually like.
I mean, it's a real conversation to have with people, because like, no, you're not going to make a living off of AdSense.
You can.
I mean,
You
yeah,
can.
but you have to.
You can't run a really good, successful company that's going to have a lot of diversification.
You have to. I think that's where the burnout comes, because there are channels out there that's pure AdSense.
Yeah.
But those are the ones that are like, just.
Hey, if that channel gets hacked one time, I promise you, when they come back, they ain't gonna make just AdSense. Let me just go ahead and tell you that.
So we spent more time talking about Ruroc than I would have liked to have done, because like this stuff's fascinating to me, because I don't know if a lot of people know this. Like, I started a channel in 2013, and that was my ultimate goal when I got a bike. Same like you, same like a lot of us, was I was going to take people through this. There's like 20 or 30 hidden videos on my channel that I just like, they were just for me, so I can look back on it. But like, I wanted to take people through the process of learning.
Well, you know what? Something that's really valuable that
but that back then, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like you weren't getting your door knocked down.
Well, so here's the way you asked earlier, how does somebody that's very new get into doing this? And I think you've heard me before say, if you want to do something and get paid to do it, do that thing, and eventually the universe will find a way to get you paid for that. So in your example, you have a small channel, no sponsors are reaching out to you, but let's just say you want to get to the point where you can work with Revzilla, get gear, and review that gear, right? The thing you need to do is, I mean, you're riding a motorcycle, right? So you have a helmet, you have a jacket, you have gloves, pants, and boots. That's 5 videos that you can make on products that you already wanted, so you know the product is legit. So in the beginning, it sucks. You have to buy gear that you want to review. Yeah. If you do a really good job, you can eventually get traction. And sorry,
your wife.
Anytime Heather comments, my eye like jumps to it.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, like that, God, the beginning sucks ass so hard. Yeah. You have to work 10 times harder to get 1% of what a big channel gets. Mm-hmm. That is demoralizing and frustrating.
Yeah.
I totally sympathize with that. But that's the grind that you have to make it through if you really fucking want it.
Because it's really easy right now for me to accept any one of these and then just make shit videos and
Yep.
Because like I said, there's like 100 of them in my DMs right now.
Yeah.
I've got like 40 emails from these random.
My
companies.
recommendation: buy products that you like and want to review, so that you can make
Isn't
a
that
positive
how
review.
Marquez got his start?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what he did. He like
Bought product?
bought products and was doing like reviews on his own stuff.
And be strategic about it. If you're gonna have to spend your money, hey, you can go online and find out what products are being searched more. Find the product that's being searched a lot, buy it and review it, and you are gonna hopefully get into that algorithm. That would be my big recommendation.
From Santa Claus.
You ask for it from Santa. That's what it is. It's Santa Claus. Just
ask for
him.
it from Santa Claus and be like, "Hey, Santa, can I have these gloves?"
Oh my God, that was a lot.
I mean, like, yeah. The thing is, I want to talk about this so much more because it is fascinating.
Well, so let's do this because we're already at 6 o'clock, guys, and we got to wrap up. But you guys on the live show, you guys that are watching this, let us know in the comments. Do you guys care about this kind of stuff? Because I know this is mostly motorcycle stuff. We spent 30 minutes talking about Ruroc helmets. Let
our Discord people. I know our Discord
hold on,
people.
Heather told me to stand up.
Okay, why are you standing up?
Do you watch H3?
Yeah, some.
They say they'll be like, Dan, stand up, and he has to stand. You're supposed to clap for me. Clap for me real quick.
Okay. Wait.
Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Well, so our Discord community, I know, has a lot of content creators in it, like small, large, whatever.
I think that's where this conversation can continue.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to continue this on here. If you guys want it, if you guys are interested in it, go onto our Discord. We have a whole
Am I the
channel.
only one that's like
You
really
might
fucking
be.
interested in this?
You might be.
Because I'm fascinated by it.
Well, that's why we gave the people 30 minutes of Ruroc drama
Okay.
bullshit,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we, give them the behind the scenes.
Come at us in the comments for the Ruroc stuff too, because like it is what it is.
Hey,
Look, at this
I'm
point,
gonna be here.
No, I put I put a
Just-
period on my sentence. Like, dude, we know what kind of people we are. We know what. And this is not just Ruroc, but we know. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
We know what kind of people we are. Like that's all that matters to us. If we can sleep at night knowing that we're not being pieces of shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all I care about. I get to go home to my wife and not feel like a fucking chode.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey man. At the end of the day, I enjoy the helmet. If you don't enjoy the helmet,
I'm still using that GPS thing on my bike.
If you don't like Ruroc helmets, that's totally cool. I don't require you to like Ruroc helmets. If you don't like my channel, you don't have to be here. There's so many great YouTube channels about motorcycles.
But yeah,
if you guys aren't into
come over
it,
to the
by all
Discord.
means,
If I'm alone in this and I'm the only one that's fascinated,
Bo's gonna be the only guy in the Discord channel.
No, here's the thing. Like, if I want to know, I'm not alone because like there's got to be other people out there that are fascinated by like the business side of content creation.
I will try
because it has totally become a real business.
No, it's a total
in the last
real
like
job.
10 years.
So here's what I can do for the people that are watching this that are interested in channel growth and helping. I can really only help on the motorcycle side because that's really the only experience I have.
Yeah.
But stay on me, and if you guys are really interested in this topic, I'll try to be as active as I can in our Discord page about YouTube channels and stuff like that. And let's treat that as like a channel growth area because I do have a lot of information. I don't think it's really interesting to watch, but
Yeah.
it you
is
can
interesting
literally
to talk about.
You can make a career riding motorcycles around. It has never been more possible for you to do
I
that.
think I've said that. I think the thing that I said was like, as an adult who was raised by a much older person than most of his friends' parents, I was told my dreams are dumb. Go get a real fucking job. And then it wasn't until I was in my mid 30s
now you have a real fucking job.
that it was like,
You're a video editor.
anything can be a real job if you just treat it like it's a job and do it to 100%. So like, I think as an adult, like I'm relearning now, like what I should have learned when I was 18, and so I'm just fascinated by it. I might be alone. I don't know.
All right, guys, go check out the Discord. There's
Just
a
come
link
to
in the
the Discord,
description. If you want to check out the Discord, we have a YouTube channel over there, and you guys go help Bo not be alone if you're interested in growing a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Brandon's at his real fucking job right now. See.
Oh, that's so great. Guys, thank you so much for watching the live show. It seemed like we had a good amount of you guys in here. I'm sure a lot of you guys were in here for the Ruroc drama, which it is what it is, man. hopefully you guys are interested in the review of the Atlas 3.0, the official one.
Yeah.
I think it'll be out on Wednesday next week is probably when we'll post it. And you guys can see my opinions. I guess I was going to get into something and I totally forgot. I don't know. You guys will see it in the review, and maybe we can get back to we can get back
Touching
into
the fucking
regular, interesting motorcycle topics and not YouTube drama. Yay!
Yeah.
That's what I appreciate.
I mean, it's
like
not really drama. It is what it is. Like we got it got under our skin because of how important it is to us.
Yeah, I take what I do really, really seriously.
You should too. That's the point.
Yeah, I should.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching live. Thank you guys so much for watching on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you like motorcycle content.
That's all the barbecue.
What? It's all. Oh my God. Giving you a soundboard was such a bad idea.
Yeah, it was.
All right, guys. Oh my Jesus. Guys, we appreciate you. We're gonna keep making awesome.
There it is.
We're going to keep making good content for you guys to enjoy
and
showing you guys products that we think you might enjoy. As long as it's not terribly negative, because I would have already asked the company if I should make it, and they're going to say, please don't. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Anyway, Chase on Two Hills. Bo, we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys next week at Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Live on Two Hills number 24.
Every single person in here.
Say what?
I love every single person in here.
I haven't been reading the comments, but I'll take...
Even the ones that have, we've just been having discussions. That's all. So
I'll take discussions as long as you don't come at me with illegitimate information that you haven't looked up. Goodbye.
That it was the farts were supposed to be the end.
I was trying to give you like this
Bye,
dramatic
guys.
like end. Later, y'all.